Hey, so just like last video, I'm gonna be giving this guy away to one of my viewers. I'm actually gonna move the giveaway over to my Instagram account because technically you're not supposed to do giveaways to followers on YouTube, like in exchange for things. So I'm gonna do all the giveaways on my Instagram account. I'll have it linked in the description of every video. I'll obviously announce them for every video so you remember to go, and I'll announce the winners over there. So go ahead, look over to my Instagram. I'll have a post for the Spore, and I'll also be posting the giveaway winner for the FD3. All right, we're back with another disc review, test flight, whatever you want to call it. We have the Neo Soft or Soft Neo Spore from Discmania. This is basically very similar to the Glitch, which is what I'm going to be testing against. I've actually had this thing for like a week now, but I guess for whatever reason, Rochester got hit with a snowstorm last week, which I had to play a tournament in, which I won, and really wasn't able to get outside very much. Snow finally melted. The wind seems to have picked up like 10 miles an hour while driving to the course, so it's going to be a little windy. I'm going to play the short tees here at Chilai, and we're going to try the Glitch versus the Spore based on the flight numbers. So the Glitch is a 1700. If you don't know, it's kind of considered a catch disc. It's more like a Frisbee, more like a Ultrastar Frisbee than it is a disc golf disc. So the weight's a little bit lower, which means it's going to be worse in the wind. And then we have the Spore, which is a 1701. So the key difference between these two discs in terms of flight numbers is the Spore is a little bit more stable. It has a little bit more fade. Also, the Spore is very gummy. I can fold this thing in my hand and it springs back to its normal shape. The Glitch is a little gummy, but I'm not going to do that with it because it's going to end up warping the disc. You can see it kind of already is a little warped just from being used. I have thrown the Glitch maybe once. I don't even remember throwing it, so maybe I've never thrown this, and I've never thrown the Spore. This is my first time throwing it. Like I said, playing the short tees, we have kind of a headwind coming in here. We're going to try and put a little bit of hyzer, get around this tree, see if this thing can just hold some hyzer. Let's go with the Glitch first. I really don't think I've thrown the Glitch. Oh, one other thing. The Spore I have is a 158, which is like max weight, I think, for this. And the Glitch I have is a 144. So the Glitch is a little lighter. So take the flight comparison with a bit of a grain of salt. The Glitch might be a little flippier. Okay. That is not a disc golf disc. All right, let's try that again with the fact that this is a Glitch in mind and it's windy. Gonna try and get it on some hyzer. Nice and simple. Okay, I clearly don't know how to throw this thing. Let's just try the Spore. Yeah, this is okay. It is a straight headwind right now. Oh, bye-bye. All right, there's clearly a bit of a learning curve when it comes to throwing these things into a lot of headwind. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Let's see if I can just, I got like a 90, 100 footer, a little bit uphill. Let's see if I can just glide up a jump putt. This might be what these are good for. Definitely feels weird holding it with a putting grip. That's actually kind of cool. You know, something that I think I'm gonna come to realize when throwing these kinds of discs is you come to expect some level of fade from most discs, especially myself who throws overstable, and the wind is now switched from a headwind this way to now going directly at my face. It's just gonna be a headwind everywhere. Discs like this, they just don't really fade. I really don't even know how to approach this. I'm just gonna try and jump putt it with like a little bit of hyzer. I don't really know. Oh, well, it was a layup. All right, Spore, easy layup. Tap in for par. Glitch is not really a putter necessarily. I wouldn't putt with this, so this is like a 12 footer, but it feels like I have a little bit of work to do. And it's a little warped. Oh, it was gliding left. For those of you that don't know, I actually played Ultimate for 5 years throughout college before coming to disc golf, so in theory, I should be pretty good at throwing these things.
Yeah, Tyler.
Ooh. Yeah! Reality is I haven't played Ultimate in quite a few years, probably at least 2, and more than that since I played competitively. But maybe I can tap into my past knowledge to throw these properly. This might be exactly what we want. We're a bit shielded from the wind now, and I just want to throw like a baby turnover. I'm trying to like tap into my Ultimate career and just think about how much angle I have to put this thing on. Just a little bit. I think I overdid it just a little bit, a little dug into the ground, but it's like at the fence, which is like a 25, 30 footer. All right, Spore. I really want to get a feel for this thing. It is so unbelievably gummy. Like, it might not seem like it, but I am barely touching this thing and it is bending all the way. It's like more in common with a koi, if you've ever seen that disc, than like a normal disc. Fade. Oh, you're a 7 glide. You don't really fade. Okay, I think I'm safe. I think I'm okay. All right, I just realized that I only brought my camera and these 2 discs with me. So if I get them muddy, I do not have a towel. And I think the Spore is almost in the water. Anyway, we have another putt with some wind in my back. Try to put the glitch in. I'm gonna give it like a safe bit. I don't want it to run away from me. Oh, that was actually pretty good. For the sake of the video, I'm calling this inbounds. I know these flags are from an event last year. So it's inbounds. All right, doing the best I can here. No towel, a little wet, a little bit of mud. There we go. I got a t-shirt if I need it. Oh my gosh. You know, it's kind of just now occurring to me how the Spore and the glitch, you know, Simon left Discmania and like really fell in love with the glitch when he went to MVP, and then immediately Discmania makes the Spore, which is funny because I'm actually enjoying the Spore a little bit more than the glitch right now, just to be honest with you. It feels a little better. Oh my God. These things don't fly like putters. Almost missed that one. All right, so if we got the basket way out there, got to go a little bit over a hill. I'm teeing off right here. I think this is a good hole to try this out. I think we're okay with the wind. There's not too much wind. I'll try and wipe this guy off. Already 2 holes in. The glitch is, I mean, it's just the plastic of glitch I had. This is Neutron Soft. Obviously the Spore is way more soft, way more flexible. The MVP has the outer mold, which means the outside of the disc is gonna be more stiff, meaning that when this flexes, that the outer mold or the over mold is gonna hold that shape. So it's a lot more prone to being warped, and I am reminded of when I played Ultimate, this would happen to Ultra Stars all the time. And you kind of have to play with it to get it back to where you want it to be. Now this may be different for different plastics of glitch. This is like when it first came out, I bought one and I haven't really used it all that much, so maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe there's better plastics for this disc. But if you look closely, it might not show well on camera. It just kind of is just a little warped all the time, and I've barely thrown this thing. Fade? It just doesn't, I threw it good, it just doesn't fade. I'm just so not used to that. For anyone that's never played Ultimate, a big thing that Ultimate players have issues with, a big thing that I had issues with, is you learn to throw the disc on hyzer. You don't really know that it's called hyzer, but you just kind of like learn that an Ultimate Frisbee is gonna flip up when you throw it, and you just throw everything on hyzer. So when you first start playing disc golf, every disc is overstable to you, because compared to an Ultra Star, everything is overstable. So now throwing these, I'm kind of remembering how kind of everything has to be on a little bit of hyzer. Okay, of course, I'm in here. Oh, we can try a little pitch out forehand. More like a roller. All right, despite this throw being complete trash, I managed to get pin high and just be like way too far right. Let's try and get a little highlight putt, glide it in, you know? Maybe I'll try and like, just kind of give it like a little backhand Frisbee toss, huh? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's muddy over here. I gotta give these bad boys a bath. Who comes to a disc golf course in the middle of March without a towel? This guy. All right, I'm just gonna wipe these off with my shirt because I'm a dumbass. Oh, anyone that gets the reference that my shirt is, or what my shirt is a reference to, I don't know, leave a comment. And I'll think you're very cool for getting the reference. I'm skipping ahead to hole 5 here, just because it's more open. I feel like this is going from being a disc review quickly to a, can I throw these discs at all? Because they're not your normal disc golf disc, and they certainly aren't the kind of disc I would throw in the wind. But god damn it, I'm making this video. Glitch? I'm gonna just try throwing them on a lot of hyzer. There's some like cross headwind here. I'm gonna just try throwing it on a lot of hyzer. I think this is like 300 feet probably, close to it. I don't know if I'm getting there, but we're gonna try. My goal here is to hit the gap and at least stay in the air for 200 feet. Oh. All right, I did slip a little bit off the tee because these tee pads are tiny, but that kind of worked. Okay, it did turn over a little more, and it's a headwind and it's a 1-speed disc, so it's not gonna go very far into a headwind. Let's just try the exact same thing with the Spore. Let's just try literally the same thing. Oh no. All right, I gave myself a mulligan with the glitch on hole 1. I'm giving myself a mulligan with the Spore. There's no rules here. This tee pad is literally like 1, 2, 3. That's like my normal X step, and you can't see it, but I'm literally standing off the tee pad here. So like without even like a normal run up, the tee, here, I'll even show you. This is how big the tee pad is. That right there is higher, and that is lower. So I'm going downhill, and like my run up is literally, if I stand right here, 1, 2, 3, my foot's on like the end of the tee pad and I'm falling off. And that's if I start off the tee pad and do a smaller run up. Anyway, here we go. Whatever, it made it past the gap. So in the off season, I am a casual bowler. I participate in a bowling league in pretty much the entirety of the off season. And for those of you that don't bowl, it is important that your balls that you're using are gonna be the same weight. So if you use a different ball from game to game, or if you're just using a house ball, you want the ball to be the same weight because you wanna be able to have as little variation in your swing as possible. And if you switch to a different weight, say you move up in weight, you wanna get a lot of reps in getting used to that new weight. Now for bowling, you're going in increments of pounds usually, so it's not the same as disc golf. However, throwing this 140 to 150-ish gram when I normally throw max weight, I think is enough to like throw off the mechanics of my swing, which is why I'm pulling these horrendously. So I'm struggling with the idea of ever throwing this like in a tournament or having it in my bag, just because I really don't like the fact that it just feels so much lighter in my hand. Like I couldn't see myself throwing it because I feel myself just kind of whipping it out because my arm is moving faster than I expect, and I'm just not getting a good release. All that being said, it's probably fantastic for just little baby releases here. I'm like maybe 130 to 150 feet out, and I shouldn't have to throw it very hard to get to the basket. Holy shit. Well, I threw it really soft and the wind just took it away. Funnily enough, with the headwind, the glitch is the one that gave me like kind of a putt. I don't know how much I can really run these because I, again, have like no consistency. I'm gonna try and jump putt this. I feel like if I miss the basket, it's gonna glide all the way OB behind it, but. Oh, wow, okay. I was expecting that to just take off and it just dropped completely. I'm not even moving the camera from over there. Spore is way right. Probably can't really even see me, but it's okay because I'm not making this. All right, here we go, hole 8, 207 feet, all right? This is the red tee and the gold, I guess. I don't know, the coloring for the tees at this course is stupid. It's the short and the long, okay? This is not a long hole. It might actually be a hole where you would want to throw one of these discs. And I think the wind is so swirly, I think it's a little bit of a tailwind. So I'm gonna try my best, my absolute hardest to give myself a putt for both of these. I'm gonna try not throwing it very hard. I really want to like these discs. Everyone loves them. I really want to like it and like enjoy throwing it. It feels like throwing a paper plate that flies a little bit better than a paper plate. Like it flies nice when you throw it well. It's just so light to me. The difference just is very jarring. So that's my one major gripe. If you can get past that, you might love this. Go, go. Oh no. That was actually really good. That was gonna be my best throw. That was just me not hitting the gap. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more right, a little bit more turned over. I will say, I'm enjoying the spore more. That extra one at the end, I can feel it. It's a little better. And it feels so good in my hand. I don't know. This is, if anything, a fantastic feeling disc. Oh, look at that. I did it. That took off to about 20 feet long. I literally feel not confident in making this 12-footer, especially with the spore. It feels like it's gonna crumble in my hands. It's so gummy. Oh. I don't know if anyone's keeping score. I'm not. This isn't real. Got one last hole here. It is into a straight 15, maybe 20 mile an hour headwind. I'm not really good at gauging wind speed, although it feels very, very high. I'm going to try to just get a par. This is probably, I'm gonna guess 320 to 350 feet. I'm gonna just really try to get a par with both of these discs to cap this off. If watching me has made you want to throw this, head over to my Instagram. I've linked it in my bio. I'm gonna give this thing away just like I gave away the FD3. I'll also be posting the winner, as I said, on my Instagram for the FD3, and I will be posting the winner for the Spore, and I'll be doing giveaways for all of these disc review videos. Again, thanks to OTB Disc for sending this to me and helping me do these giveaways. Give back to you guys. All right, got a slight lull in the wind. Gotta take advantage. Throw both of these real fast. And I've got a nice, like, actual flat tee pad to run through, which I don't think I've had on a hole yet. Oh, hey, okay. Having like an actual run up and not a ton of wind. That was actually kind of cool. I think I gave it a little bit more torque than it was able to handle, which made it flutter a lot, but it was actually kind of cool. Okay, maybe I'm changing my mind a little bit on this guy. Spore time. Wind has picked up a little bit, but it's got that little one, so it shouldn't matter. Oh, I held on to that a little bit. That's what I'm talking about, was the weight difference. Although I did throw it poorly. I mean, even through the splice, not the splice, the spore, terribly, like I'm a little bit before the fence. The glitch is like a little bit after the fence. It's not like, I guess it's more of a forgiving disc than I would have initially thought, even into the wind. I'm gonna do something fun. I'm gonna try and throw a forehand like I would back in my Frisbee days into a headwind, see how it goes. I still got it. Look at that. Now, although the throwing style is entirely different than what I would consider a good forehand for disc golf, and I necessarily wouldn't use it when playing in an important round ever, it is nice that you can throw like a little hyzer, swoopy, like almost air bounce forehand like you would Frisbee, and it's just so easy to get like a little bit of distance. I barely touched that, and it took it into a headwind like 120, 30 feet. Something to think about. It's not for me, but that doesn't mean it's not for anyone. I'll do my little step out like I'm playing Ultimate. That one maybe not as good. I love how I'm just putting absolutely zero confidence in these putts. I mean, maybe I can make this one, but probably not. Oh my gosh, what? The Soft Neo Spore. Who is this disc for, really? Because I don't think it's for me. Well, I'll first say who I think this disc isn't for. I don't think this disc is for like higher level or advanced level players. I think if you're in the upper 900 ratings or like 1,000 plus ratings, this or the glitch, I don't think it's a very important disc for you to worry about. I think it's going to be useful to you in an extremely limited number of situations, and I wouldn't consider bagging it. I also don't think it's for incredibly windy days like today. It doesn't hold up very well in the wind. It might be good with a tailwind, but I think I've shown that the difference in shot shape is going to be very large depending on if you're throwing into a headwind or not. And I think you saw that in a lot of the shots I threw today. Now, for who this disc is for, I think this is a fantastic disc if you come from Ultimate or if you've only ever really thrown a Frisbee and you want to learn how to play disc golf. When I started playing disc golf, I threw a DX Shark, a DX Leopard, and a DX Aviar. And while they were cool, they weren't very exciting. If you handed this thing to me and were like, hey, you can go play disc golf with this, I think I would have been a lot more excited about playing disc golf initially, just because it's a lot more unique, a lot more interesting. There's a cop here. I've never seen a cop at this course before. In terms of differences between this and the glitch, I think the differences are very minimal. So if you want to decide between this and a glitch on which disc you want to have, I would say the key factors are going to be one, just like manufacturer loyalty. If you like MVP, you get the glitch. If you like Discmania, you get the Spore. I don't think there's enough of a difference for you to want to pick one over the other. If you really like MVP or Discmania, just go with the disc for the manufacturer you like. Very minimal differences in stability is going to play a little bit of a factor. So I guess if you want like a slightly more stable glitch, the Spore can do that for you. However, I don't think it's enough of a factor for it to really matter. They both feel like almost the same disc to me. And then plastic variation. Obviously, the Neo Spore is going to be totally different hand feel than the glitch, and that might play into which disc you end up deciding to go with. For me, I really like the Spore a lot more. I think, like I said, the outer rim of the glitch causes it to be susceptible to more warping, and it just feels like maybe it doesn't hold up in the wind as well. The Spore feels really good, really gummy. It could be really good for certain approach shots, especially if you struggle with kind of getting a hold of the disc or having issues with touch. It will glide really easy for you with barely any power, and it's gonna not really get too much skips, and it's gonna feel really good in your hand and react to the ground really well. I think it's a really cool disc. At the end of the day, any disc like this it's just a gimmick. I don't think it's really made to be a disc golf disc. It's called a catch disc for a reason. I mean, this says putt and approach on it. This says catch disc on it. I think they're both really just a catch disc, and to me, they really are just a gimmick when it comes to a disc golf disc. Like it's more just to kind of get people's attention and get them to try something new. It's cool and it's fun, but in terms of practical application, I think it falls off a little bit. Again, if you want to get your hands on this, I'm giving it away at my Instagram. I really feel like you probably can't hear my voice that well because of the wind that's blowing in my face. So yeah, go to my Instagram for the giveaway, follow me, and look out for more giveaways, more disc reviews. Special thanks to OTB Disc again. And I'm gonna get out of here because I'm freezing cold. Peace.